Season 10 didn't just cross the line, it obliterated it. The drama wasn't limited to what aired. The real chaos brewed behind the scenes. This season felt less like a reality show and more like a public lesson in how far production and cast. Members will go for a storyline, no matter who gets emotionally steamrolled in the process. At the center of this emotional battleground was Quad, targeted by a storm of rumors, manipulation, and orchestrated mean girl antics. And let's not gloss over it. Production made the bold and baffling decision to bring Greg back into the fold, reigniting old wounds instead of closing them. It all began with whispers, vicious ones, accusing Quad of being involved with a married man. That wasn't just shade, it was a calculated character hit, and the ripple effects haunted her into the new season. Rather than stepping in, production let it fester, rewarding bad behavior with screen time and letting silence do the damage. It was clear. Creating conflict took precedence over preserving anyone's peace. Quad wasn't completely innocent. She's had her fiery moments, especially when it came to Toya. But that doesn't justify the emotional gauntlet she walked through this season. Bringing Greg back wasn't just messy, it was a deliberate provocation. He wasn't neutral. He came with baggage, and his presence amplified the tension, especially given his role in past Quad-centered controversies. It felt less like casting and more like sabotage. Then came the Napa trip, a supposed bonding getaway that quickly revealed itself as a pressure cooker of cliques, exclusion, and silent warfare. The room assignments alone screamed petty punishment. While others enjoyed the best accommodations, Quad was sidelined, literally and socially. She was cut out of conversations, laughed at behind her back, and treated like an outsider at every turn. Even Dr. Jackie, once seen as a voice of reason, seemed to follow the crowd and kept her distance. What unfolded this season transcended typical reality TV drama. It became a disturbing case study in how emotional manipulation and exclusion can be masked as entertainment. The cruelty on display wasn't accidental or spontaneous, it was deliberately orchestrated. Cast relationships were weaponized to serve personal grudges, all cleverly repackaged as juicy storylines. At the center of this storm was Quad, who found herself relentlessly targeted by a toxic environment that treated real pain as nothing more than plot fodder. This season was more than chaotic. It was relentlessly ruthless. A significant part of this ruthless atmosphere stemmed from the alliance formed between Greg's supporters, especially Sweet Tea and Dr. Jackie. Their hostility towards Quad intensified week after week, forging a solid front that isolated her socially and emotionally. This wasn't a group dynamic that allowed for cracks or forgiveness. Instead, it became a fortress designed to cut Quad off from any semblance of camaraderie within the cast. Dr. Jackie's involvement is particularly noteworthy. Early on, many viewers hoped she would serve as a voice of reason, someone capable of tempering the drama and fostering peace. But those hopes quickly faded as Dr. Jackie aligned herself firmly with Sweet Tea's aggressive stance. Rather than offering support or attempting to bridge the divide, she chose to mimic Sweet Tea's cold and dismissive behavior toward Quad, limiting her interactions to brief, superficial encounters devoid of warmth or empathy. This passive complicity added an extra layer of social isolation for Quad, deepening her sense of alienation. The emotional warfare Quad endured wasn't just the result of personal dislike. It felt like a calculated campaign aimed at breaking her down. Whispered conversations, pointed glances, and subtle but cutting remarks weren't random acts of tension. They were deliberate, methodical moves designed to undermine her confidence and standing within the group. This wasn't typical reality TV tension. It was a cold, targeted assault on her character and spirit. What's even more unsettling is the role production played in amplifying this toxicity. Behind the scenes, alliances were shifting and strategies were being plotted, not only among the cast but also in how editors pieced the story together. Selective editing and narrative framing ensured that the most dramatic, confrontational moments made it to air, often at the expense of context or fairness. The camera didn't just capture the cruelty, it magnified it, turning personal vendettas into entertainment spectacle. This toxic combination, the presence of Greg, whose return reignited old conflicts, along with the mean girl energy from Sweet Tea and Dr. Jackie, created a perfect storm. Season 10 delivered some of the most intense and emotionally charged moments in reality TV history. But it also left viewers wondering, when does entertainment cross the line into emotional cruelty? And how much responsibility does production bear when it knowingly fans the flames of toxicity? This season's story highlights the fine balance between drama and ethical storytelling, raising critical questions about the impact of reality TV on mental health and group dynamics. For Quad, it was a brutal ordeal, but one that also showcased remarkable resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. Yet the season's darker undercurrents leave a lingering unease about how much suffering is acceptable in the name of entertainment. Quad's efforts to hold her ground met with open antagonism and ridicule. The whispered side comments, the icy stares, the subtle yet stinging jabs, all seemed orchestrated, a deliberate campaign to wear her down. This went beyond mere group tension. It felt like targeted emotional warfare. Yet beneath this on-screen battle, some cast members were playing a much deeper game. Off-camera, strategic alliances were forged and broken, power moves were made, and personal grudges shaped decisions that left fans scratching their heads. Production didn't just observe this chaos, they fanned the flames through selective editing and narrative choices, ensuring the juiciest drama dominated airtime. With Greg's return and the fierce energy from Sweet Tea and Dr. Jackie, Season 10's tension became a perfect storm, producing some of the most intense reality TV moments in recent memory. It also raised uncomfortable questions. When does entertainment cross over into cruelty? And how accountable is production when it knowingly fuels such toxicity? Next, we'll delve into how this relentless hostility impacted Quad herself, both on screen and behind the scenes, and what it could mean for the show's future and the fragile relationships within it. But first, here's a crucial point. Many overlook. Despite facing relentless attacks, Quad displayed remarkable resilience. Yet that strength was repeatedly challenged by an environment seemingly engineered to break her spirit. Stay tuned. The story grows even more compelling as we examine how this turmoil shaped fan reactions and what it might signal for Season 11 after. Witnessing how production choices and cast dynamics ignited Season 10's fierce drama, it's vital to center on Quad, the woman at the eye of the storm. Her journey wasn't just about televised fights, it was a profoundly personal ordeal witnessed by millions. From day one, Quad was under siege. The cold shoulders whispered. Gossip and blatant social exclusion created a suffocating atmosphere that would test anyone's emotional limits. But Quad refused to be silent. She fought back, exposing the hypocrisy, fake friendships, and unspoken rules that kept her on the outside. Her confrontations revealed raw vulnerability alongside fierce determination, not to be broken by the toxicity swirling around her. Yet the emotional toll was undeniable. Watching someone face repeated rejection on national television struck a chord with many viewers, who saw beyond the drama to the very human struggle underneath. Fan reactions were intense and divided. Many condemned the cruelty, calling out production for letting such behavior dominate. However, some argued that Quad's past actions, including her part in spreading rumors, warranted this backlash, labeling it karma. First-time viewers often disagreed, pointing out that the level of nastiness Quad endured in Season 10 far surpassed earlier conflicts, including those involving Mariah in previous seasons. This divide sparked heated online debates, turning the season into more than just reality TV. It became a cultural conversation about bullying, loyalty, and accountability. Behind the scenes, sources close to Quad confirmed the emotional weight of the season was very real. Despite the cameras and scripted moments, the pain wasn't fabricated. Yet through it all, Quad's resilience shone, reflecting a refusal to be defined by negativity. Still, Season 10 raises urgent ethical questions about reality TV production. How responsible should producers be when their choices contribute to emotional harm? And what protections exist for cast members caught in these toxic cycles? In the final section, we'll explore these broader implications and what they mean for the future of reality television. As we wrap up this deep exploration of Season 10's turmoil, it's crucial to pause and consider the broader implications, not just for Quad, Greg, Sweet Tea, and Dr. Jackie, but for the entire reality TV ecosystem and its vast global audience. This season wasn't simply another installment in a long-standing reality franchise. It was a stark, unfiltered reflection of some of the darkest, most troubling facets of human interaction. What unfolded on screen was more than just entertainment. It was a vivid showcase of bullying, social exclusion, manipulation, and cruelty masquerading as drama. Quad's journey, in particular, exposed the devastating effects of toxic groupthink and mean girl mentality, especially when broadcast to millions. The production's controversial choices, from welcoming Greg back despite his controversial history to spotlighting the harsh treatment Quad endured, played a significant role in escalating tensions. This relentless chase for ratings often appears to come at the cost of empathy and basic decency, forcing us to ask, where should reality TV draw the line? And when that line is crossed, who holds the responsibility? Season 10 has ignited an important dialogue about ethics in reality television. Should producers step in more decisively to shield cast members from unending harassment? Or is the audience's hunger for drama so insatiable that toxic storylines will always take center stage? These questions demand serious reflection from the industry as it moves forward. For the cast, this season will likely leave deep emotional marks, but also valuable lessons. Quad's steadfast resilience is a powerful reminder that, even amidst overwhelming hostility, standing firm matters. Yet, the emotional toll she bore raises pressing concerns about how future seasons can be made safer and more respectful for everyone involved, from cast members to viewers. Season 10 is a potent reminder that reality television is far more than just mindless amusement. It wields cultural influence, shaping how we view friendship, conflict, and morality. Watching with a critical eye is essential to distinguish drama from cruelty. Now, it's your turn. What are your thoughts on how Quad was treated this season? Was bringing Greg back a misstep? Did production cross a moral line? We want to hear your honest opinions. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. If this deep dive gave you new insights, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more revealing looks at your favorite reality TV controversies, and share with fellow fans who deserve the full story behind Season 10. Don't forget to check out our other videos linked below for more inside scoops, scandal breakdowns, and trending stories. Thanks for watching. See you next time.